Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'll be your host this morning. That's right, morning. Yikes. A breakfast edition, a very special breakfast edition, a very special midweek edition. We had too much stuff going on. We had to do a show. So, episode 25 of the Positive Sports Podcast coming to you right now. I'll be your host today, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, my red-blooded American brother, Alex. How you doing?
I'll tell you what, it's a whole lot easier getting up in the morning for a podcast than it is for work.
I know.
I was up at like 4 in the morning.
So, hey, we got a podcast today. We talked last night and we said, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on. We got the day off. How about we podcast?
It's the 4th of July.
A breakfast edition. Instead of like breakfast at Wimbledon, it's breakfast at Positive Sports Podcast.
Yes, I love the sound of that.
We should start our own ESPN show. Breakfast at the Positive Sports Podcast.
And then we'll move on to like a cooking show. We won't let you cook. I'll do the cooking.
I made a banging breakfast this morning. It was like a buffet.
Touche, props. Yes, you do the cooking, I'll do the eating.
We had some bacon, we had some eggs, we had some cinnamon rolls, we had some toast, we had some fruit.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
My son went in and got a bag of chips.
If we fall asleep midway through the show, it's because we're full.
That's right. It's a food coma. It's not because it's nap time. Hey, if y'all want to get a hold of the show, you can do so at positivesports10@gmail.com. Positivesports10@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of this guy, how do they do that?
Just go on Twitter, follow me at Brooklyn Gaucho.
And if you want to get a hold of me, and many of you have from last week's episode, you can do so on Twitter as well, at eMontana21. So, just to bring everybody up to speed, we did a show on Sunday that drops, by the time it all gets cut up and edited and all that jazz. Not really. It ends up, it hits your earwaves on earwaves. That's my own phrase right there.
Wow.
It hits your earwaves.
I'm impressed.
It hits your earwaves on Monday. Well, right after the show, the big news dropped.
Yes.
I called Alex and I said, "Hey, you got to come back. We got to do the podcast again." He said, "I can't. I'm on the toilet and that takes too long." So we scrapped it. Decided to do it midweek. The big news. The big news
is.
I don't know. I
what
forgot.
is the big news?
I had a birthday.
Damn it, we messed this all up.
My birthday came. I'm damn near 50.
That is big news.
The birthday?
And that you're 50.
Damn near. LeBron James, we said it right before he actually did it. I said, I see no reason for him to leave Cleveland. My brother said L.A., and I said, oh yeah, because, he wants his kid to play L.A. AAU ball and whatnot. And
although I thought the best fit was the Sixers. Remember I mentioned
I don't think the Sixers ever had a chance.
You don't think so?
I hate to say that.
Well, no, apparently not.
So he signed a 4-year, $153 million deal, and quite frankly, the Lakers got a steal because they're going to sell $153 million worth of jerseys. Yeah. Good grief.
I mean, yeah, from a marketing standpoint, the Lakers...
From a marketing standpoint, it's a win-win for LeBron, the Lakers, and quite frankly, the NBA. The NBA does better. It always has. Ratings-wise, it has always done better when the Lakers are good. So it's a win-win for everybody. And you know what we're getting on Christmas Day now, right? The last game on Christmas Day, what are we getting?
Oh, man.
Warriors-Lakers.
Yeah? Yeah? Or Lakers-Cavs?
Oh, yeah, that'd be good too. No, but...
You don't think so?
Well, who does... Oh, yeah. He can go back and laugh at all the stupid stuff J.R. Smith does.
But are the Lakers really good now? Are they good? They're better, but does that make them good?
No, look, obviously once you add LeBron to the roster, of course you become better. But are they NBA Finals better? Even if you took that Lakers team out of the West and put it in the East, I don't know that team is Finals worthy. Now they do have the best shooter in the NBA, Mo Wagner.
Oh, Wagner.
It's Wagner.
How do you spell huh? You pronounce Wagner with a V?
Yes, it's German.
Oh wow.
He's not American. So we're not going to talk about him anymore until July 4th. But if you take that Lakers team as constructed right now, even before they signed Rajon Rondo, and put them, or even with Rajon Rondo, if you put them in the East, I don't know that they are NBA Finals caliber. I don't know that they're good enough to go through Boston and Philadelphia. But for the fact that if you have LeBron James, you can make it through Boston and Philadelphia, because LeBron James did it this year with J.R. Smith.
Right.
So, again, I don't think... I said this before, and I'll say it again. I love LeBron. I think he's a phenomenal talent, one of the top 5 players ever in the NBA, and you could probably get him in the argument for the best ever. But I just don't think that winning a championship is do or die for him. I don't think he loses sleep for a week because he lost in the NBA Finals.
Well, I disagreed with you on Sunday, and you kept mentioning that, and I think now I agree with you. This move clearly shows that, right?
Yeah.
And not to mention, now you're an attraction. The Lakers are really even more of an attraction now, and you bring in Lance Stevenson.
How did that conversation go?
I'm so mad at that move.
Hey, LeBron, come to LA. I've got a couple other things I'm working on. We'll get you a team. We'll put the pieces around you. Oh, really? Hey, Magic, who you got? Lance Stevenson.
Dude, I was so pissed off at that move.
I think LeBron would have pieced out right there. Dude, practice is going to be must-watch TV now.
They'll probably televise it.
You think he's going to blow in LeBron's ear?
He might actually give him a kiss now. We're together. After all these years of blowing you, we're finally together. We're together.
Oh my God.
Now we can blow each other in the ear. I'm so mad at that move. I really am. I'm gonna miss watching them play against each other.
I know.
But oh well.
Lance Stevenson had to be jumping at that.
I'm sure he was.
Speaking of
I would be too.
Speaking of oddballs, did you hear J.R. Smith agreed to a 1-year deal with the Lakers?
No way. Shut
Yeah,
up.
he did.
Get out of here.
The Lakers disagreed.
Wait. the Lakers or LeBron?
Both. LeBron said, look, Lance Stevenson is enough.
Could you imagine? And could you imagine them two playing with LeBron? LeBron would ask to be.
He has to be traded.
He would ask out.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no way.
God, I can't imagine J.R. Smith and Lance Stevenson on the same team.
Well, hold on now.
And Rajon Rondo.
Yes, the Lakers just signed Rajon. The Raging Cajun.
Grey Poupon.
Okay, stop. Well, actually, your breath smells kind of good. It smells like bacon and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I had a whole bunch of food.
Yeah, so
Rajon Rondo, who, by the way, is another head case. Not quite as bad as J.R. Smith or Lance Stevenson, for that matter. But again, not the most stable individual ever.
No.
But what Rajon Rondo is, which I think LeBron probably likes, clutch playoff performer. In the playoffs, he brings it up a notch. Now, you got to get him through the 82 games of the regular season to get there, but he is a clutch. My only problem with that, though, is he is a little bit older now. I wonder if he's going to have the gas to...
I think he can still bowl. Speaking of bowl, that's Lonzo's position. So now you bring in Rondo. You're not bringing him in to bench him.
No, they brought him in to mentor Lonzo.
Oh, well good luck. Mentor Lonzo or LeVar? I think LeVar needs a little more mentoring.
There's another guy who's got to be in heaven is LeVar Ball, right? All of a sudden, everybody's going to see that big baller brand all the time. I mean...
Not unless Magic says, bye, Lonzo. LeVar's got to go with him. Unless he ditches his son for LeBron.
Okay. Get rid of Lonzo. I'll give you LaAngelo.
LaAngelo, yeah.
I'll give you LaMelo. Apparently, those two aren't getting any bites.
Well, definitely not LiAngelo.
I don't know which is which.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is anywhere near Lonzo, is my understanding. But yeah, I mean, LA is going to be. It's going to be a soap opera to watch. It's going to be. I hate to say this, but it's going to be fun. And quite frankly, this is what the NBA needs because of some other moves, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. The NBA regular season is a waste of time.
Yes.
I mean, the NBA regular season has pretty much, not always, but in recent years, has been a waste of time. We don't tune in until April when the playoffs start, and now it's going to be even more so, right?
And even then, you kind of skip through the first round of the playoffs.
The first round is a waste of time. I've always said that 16 teams in the NBA playoffs is too much.
So the Lakers will be exciting, a little more exciting, but I don't see them being. I mean, this puts them now 7th or 8th in the West, maybe. I mean,
it depends on what happens with some other pieces, right? Because, okay, let's get into some of the other pieces, and then let's go through the rest of free agency, and then let's go back and do some quick projections of what we think is going on, or will go on going forward. So the thing right before LeBron was Paul George, who apparently went out for all the steak dinners he could around the country and then said, thanks, but no thanks, I'm going to stay in OKC, which I think is a great move for him. He's not at the level of LeBron James. Get that money, bro. $40 million is too much money. I understand that. What's the difference between $100 million and $140 million? $40 million.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm okay with it.
That plays a huge part, but I think Westbrook plays a huge part. Westbrook committing to OKC plays a huge part. Paul George would have gone to the Lakers, and there's no telling if Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James would have went. There's no telling because now, guess what? LeBron went over there, but who's following? No All-Star is really following. Right. So I think Westbrook has...
And I was going to say that as well, not only from a monetary perspective, but to be able to sit down and play with Russell Westbrook, I think is good for Paul George. If they can get one more piece over there, not Carmelo Anthony. I like Carmelo Anthony too, but let's face it, he's never been that piece, and he's old now. So Carmelo's not the answer. But if they can get one more guy, like Kawhi Leonard... Right?
Why not?
Or I mean, who knows what's going to come up in 2019? I mean, Durant's a free agent in 2019. He may go back. I don't know, which would be phenomenal, really. Yeah. But there's all kinds of different scenarios. So Paul George staying in OKC, I think, is good for him. It's good for the franchise. It's good for the NBA. You need that franchise to flourish. You can't have all of your stars in the big markets, right? You can't have them all in Golden State and Boston and LA. I mean, you just can't. It's just not good for the league. To have something in middle America, I think, is a good thing. And then after that, then you had LeBron. And then you had, I mean, the ace of spades was played after that. I mean, pocket aces played by DeMarcus Cousins. I refuse to call him Boogie. I refuse to give that idiot... I'm sorry. I shouldn't call him an idiot because whatever, to each his own.
He is an idiot. He left $40 million on the table to go sign a $5 million deal.
That doesn't make him an idiot.
He's an idiot.
That doesn't make him an idiot. I mean, look, I don't particularly like DeMarcus Cousins because I don't think he's a good team guy. And do I agree with his decision? It doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. He's not an idiot for those things. But his commentary afterwards, I thought, was just bizarre and dumb. And look, first of all, no one really cares, right? If he had signed that 2-year, $40 million deal that he got offered during the season with the Pelicans, no one would have gave a shit. And if he'd have signed a 1-year, $5.6 million deal with the Celtics, no one would have cared. With the Sixers, no one would have cared. With the Rockets, no one would have cared. Any other good team, no one would have cared. The only reason we cared was because he signed it with the Warriors, and it's like, oh my goodness, the rich get richer, right? But him calling it his ace, the ace that he had up his sleeve or whatever. Shut up.
He's a poker player, man. He's a poker player. He puts on the shades.
No. Will he even make it through a season? Right? I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
He's been injury prone.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, to go from $20 million a year to 5.3 or 5.6, I mean, that's a big drop off.
In the NBA, that's a guaranteed 40. So he's not going from 20 to 5.
Right.
I mean, I guess you're comparing just this year. Okay,
yeah.
I get it.
But I mean, he's gonna be out until January, maybe February.
Still?
Yeah. It's a full 365-day recovery. It's just Achilles, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Achilles, that's a big deal.
Even when he comes back, I mean, fuck, he may. The Warriors are already fine.
That's gravy for them.
Do they really need him?
No, they don't.
They don't need him. So
I mean,
it's a low risk move for the Warriors, and I think it's another way to stick it to the Lakers and LeBron. To be honest with you,
do you think the Lakers had interest in DeMarcus Cousins?
I mean,
why not?
No, that would have been some. I mean, you signed Lance Stevenson. Why not Boogie too?
Let's get all the head cases on one team. What are the Rockets doing? Is my question.
I don't know, man.
I hate to say it, but
did Capella re-up?
They still haven't signed. They haven't re-signed Capella, and they lost Ariza. So,
Ariza,
he's a good role player for them. And so they spent all that money on Chris Paul, which he deserves it. I don't begrudge him that, but you're not making any moves, and you didn't win the West. I mean, I understand you went to a Game 7, and if Chris Paul's hamstring hadn't been busted, blah, blah, blah. But still, everyone else is making moves.
Yeah.
You got to make some moves.
And if you don't re-sign Capella, that's going to be a huge loss.
That's a problem. That's a huge problem.
I mean, that just opens up the inside for the opponents, to be able to drive and, I mean, they
drive
better
and dish.
Yeah.
If you're the Warriors, right?
You know who the Lakers should go out and sign?
Who?
40-year-old Ron Artest.
Is that dude still kicking around? He's overseas, isn't he?
I don't know. I think he's playing like in the Big 3 league or something, maybe.
Are there any Big 3 guys you think that they might make the jump? Can White Chocolate still sling it?
I'll tell you what. Coutinho Mobley, he looks like he can play, bro.
Coutinho looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's put on weight.
He just has more white hair than before.
But other than that, yeah, he does. He looks good.
He can play, bro. I'm like, holy cow.
The Rockets ought to get him.
No.
Bring him back. What other big moves? And then the Lakers released Randall.
See, once that move happened, I said, oh man, they're gonna go get Cousins. That's what I thought. And then nope, Alex was wrong once again. He goes to the Warriors.
And then Randall went to the Pelicans.
Right.
Now there's some talk about Jimmy Butler and Karl-Anthony Towns, because, of course, no one wants to play in Minnesota.
Right.
And they're talking about Jimmy Butler to the Celtics, which I don't know that I like that move. If I'm the Celtics, I think I want to stand pat. I want to stay with... You don't have to do anything because you get back guys that you already have signed in Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving.
The Celtics are stacked. I mean,
if you look at it, the only move I might make is get rid of Terry Rozier for something. But even then, I don't think I would do it.
I think Rozier is a good 6-man coming off the bench.
Exactly, that's why I wouldn't do it.
The
only reason I would do it is because I think people are like, oh, Terry Rozier, and they're gonna give you a bunch for him.
The biggest losers so far of the free agency, which is still young, anything can happen, right?
No, not anything. Most of it's already happened.
No, it's July 4th. Gordon Hayward got traded on July 4th last year. Anything can still happen.
He didn't get traded. He signed it as a free agent.
Okay, well, still, it's a big... You know what I mean.
No, but free agency is nothing... Most of the big stuff has happened already. Paul George and LeBron James were the big pieces.
Right. But
all the other pieces... All the pieces that are left are pieces that are going to make us go, That guy got $24 million?
Yeah, you're not lying about that.
Right? I mean, that's what's going to happen the rest of the way.
Kawhi Leonard is still out there. They're still there. Even though we may think right now that no, he's not going to get moved, and him and Pop are going to kiss and hug and all that. You never know. It could happen. So where I'm going is the biggest losers so far are the 76ers. I think they had to go out there.
That's not true.
Sure it is.
They signed Josh Reddick.
Ooh.
JJ Reddick, I'm sorry. See? He's really good.
He's really good. You forgot his name.
I didn't forget his name.
Way to butcher his name.
One of those J's stands for Josh. I don't know what the other J is for.
Josh J.
Josh J. Reddick? J. Josh Reddick?
J. Josh?
Say that fast 3 times.
No. I'm too full. My food may come up. Yeah, I mean, I think they had to make a push for LeBron, like, really hard.
They did. They put up the bill.
I don't know if they really tried.
I think LeBron.
You don't think LeBron wanted to?
I don't think LeBron wanted. I think LeBron put it out pretty early that he wanted one of 2 places. I think, and so I think that's why it got done quickly. I think that's why there wasn't a whole lot of chatter about it.
Well, I think they got to push for Kawhi, man. They really should. If they can get him to commit long term, right? Because
the Sixers are. I don't necessarily agree that they have to do anything. They are a good team. They've got good pieces there. The only problem with their pieces are young. Well, guess what? Now their pieces are going to be a year older. They will have played together for a year. They will have gone through the experience of the playoffs. I think they're going to be better just for that reason alone. So I don't necessarily think that they're losers. To me, the bigger losers are teams like the Pelicans, the Rockets, who have done. The Rockets are they're together one more year. They're aging. The Sixers are together one more year. They're gathering experience.
Right.
So I think teams like the Rockets are losers. Not losers. I shouldn't say losers. That's a bit harsh. I think they have not done anything yet to improve themselves. The Pelicans obviously are now poor Anthony Davis is by himself, right? And now he's going to have to score 50 a game for them to win.
That's messed up, man. He wore DeMarcus Cousins' jersey for the All-Star game because he had just gotten hurt.
Right.
And it's like...
Well, he didn't know DeMarcus had that ace.
Oh, yeah,
up his sleeve. That's why he wore it.
Yeah. Right, he was playing... Yeah.
He got
Anthony
suckered
Davis,
because he didn't see the ace. He had the ace, like...
Was it up his sleeve?
Well, it was. The tank top's got, so it's kind of hidden right there. But if you put it up high enough, it's hard to see.
Oh, so he must have been wearing a bra or something to keep that ace.
Double-sided tape.
Double-sided tape, gotcha. See, so Anthony Davis clearly was playing blackjack. DeMarcus was playing poker.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anthony Davis was playing checkers.
Right.
DeMarcus Cousins, we all know his high IQ.
Oh, yeah.
He was playing
chess.
And I mean... highlight with the timer and everything.
Everything, huh?
Just, yeah.
Jeez. Go figure, man.
Sorry, Anthony.
Well, I don't know. I think we're gonna see one more move. One more. You want to hear my bold prediction?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Because I
sure to be wrong.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not this one.
You have bombed on this free agency talk.
I think everyone has.
No.
Except the ones that picked LeBron to the Lakers.
All the Laker fans.
You mentioned the team earlier, the Timberwolves. I believe Karl Anthony Towns is going to get moved, and I won't be surprised if it's to the Lakers.
God, what do the Lakers have to give up to get Karl Anthony Towns? They'd have to give up the whole roster.
Well, you see what they have to give up for Leonard.
Except for Mo Wagner.
Well, you see what they have to give up for Leonard.
The whole roster.
Yeah, but then, bro, you got a point guard, you got Rondo. You got Stevenson who can come off the bench. He can give you some minutes.
Look, just having an inside-outside game with Karl Anthony Towns and Mo Wagner is enough for me.
There you go. See? Wagner. I got to see his birth certificate.
It's in German.
Don't they have birth certificates?
Yeah, it's in German. You're not going to know where the little name section goes.
Well, I'll hit the little translation button.
On Google. Google Translate. Or as Mom says, Google it.
Google it. The googly.
Google it. I think we're done. I think the only transactions like I said earlier, the only transactions we're going to see now are transactions that are going to make us go, that guy's getting $28 million?
Seriously, man. These guys again.
There's already been one or two. The guy in who was it?
Is it Tyreek Evans?
No, the guy from the Nuggets. The Nuggets gave some guy 20 some odd million.
A year? Well, yeah, that's their center. Jokic? No?
I don't know. There's been one or two already that made me go, who the hell's that guy making $25 million? But anyway, I don't think Kawhi's going anywhere. I think they're gonna smooth it out with Pop.
You think so?
Yeah, because Pop's gonna tell the Spurs, look, let's re-up this guy or I'm leaving. I'm freaking 70. I'm out of here. So re-up this guy, and then when they throw all that green love to him, everything will get smooth over.
Everything. He'll be happy once again.
Dude, green love trumps all. You can talk about my mama for some green love. Sorry, Mom. Shit, Mom listens to this
She
now.
does. They both do. We just confirmed that our parents listen to our podcast.
How cool is it that Mom and Dad actually flip it up on the TV?
I guess we have to watch our language now.
Fuck that.
Mom, he said it. Not me.
Look, you're the one that's going to have to explain the blowing references earlier.
She won't get it. It's in English.
She won't even ask. So now this is ridiculous, right? Because it's freaking July. The season they haven't even had training camp yet. But let's make some predictions for the NBA season for 2018-19.
Oh, this is easy.
And let's start with the East because I think the East is easier. Speaking of the East, you know what I saw a tweet or something the other day. It said after 15 years in the Eastern Conference, how many years has LeBron been in the league? 15?
Yeah, about 15.
After 15 years in the Eastern Conference, LeBron got traded to go play in the NBA.
It's amazing. He's still not gonna have a chance.
I know. He should have gone to the Warriors.
Why not, right? Might as well.
And with the
he wasn't holding an ace. That's what it was.
Oh.
LeBron's playing checkers.
Pocket deuces.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have to explain the salary cap to me because you can't tell me that the Warriors aren't spending like $1 bajillion right now, and yet they were still able to throw another $5.3 million at DeMarcus Cousins.
I don't understand.
Maybe DeMarcus Cousins exchanged his aces to the league.
Maybe.
For a waiver or some shit.
I don't know what he did, but whatever he did, he's a smart man.
Genius.
The Warriors are moving too. They're getting like a new stadium, and I mean, shit.
They could probably pay for it with as much money
Yeah.
as they have the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You know? That's awesome. Good for them. They're going to be fun to watch.
Nah, bro. I mean, yeah, they're going to be fun to watch, but...
Can they win 82 games in a year?
Shit.
I mean, hey.
They could.
You got to have goals, man.
They could.
Well, you figure they're only going to have like a dozen tough games.
Yeah.
They can win those. They can win the other 70.
I mean, they won 73.
Yeah, I mean...
Without Kevin Durant.
And without...
Boogie.
Genius. DeMarcus Cousins.
El Boogie.
So, early predictions for 2019, for 2018-19?
The NBA season is going to suck. I will not watch until the playoffs.
I'm not even watch the first round.
Yeah. I mean... I think the East is gonna be the Celtics. It's gonna come down to the Celtics and the 76ers. And I think the Celtics are just a little
I
better,
tend to
man.
agree with you there.
I mean, seriously, who else is there in the East, bro?
Toronto.
Oh yeah, Drake plays for them. Their biggest cheerleader.
Did you see that is it the Pistons that Dwayne Casey went to?
Yes.
And the Raptors congratulated Dwayne Casey for winning Coach of the Year. Awkward.
That's weird, bro.
Awkward.
And you see, I wish LeBron would have went to like the Pistons. That would have been good.
For what?
What do you mean for what? Bring the bad boy Pistons back?
Oh yeah, because LeBron's such a bad boy.
He is.
The guy that every time he gets touched, like, oh my eye. Terrible. He's as bad as Neymar.
Yeah, dude. Oh God. Well, we'll get into. You know what? Let's get into World Cup.
Yeah, screw this NBA talk.
We know what's going to happen in the NBA. We don't know what's going to happen in the World Cup because if you haven't been watching, you've been missing a good World Cup. Because teams like Germany, Argentina, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Netherlands, exactly. They gone. But guess what? These other teams are giving us a World Cup for the ages to watch, I think. And quite frankly, I just want to see Brazil advancing because I want to see how dizzy Neymar can get. I want to see him just flip and flip and flip and flip.
He is ridiculous. I mean, he is absolutely ridiculous. The thing on the sideline with Mexico, I mean, he did a great job. He stole 2 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
Because there's no way the referee added on as much time as was spent on a guy that was off the field.
Right.
That's the other thing. That's my irritation with the referee. Hey, look, he got stepped on or whatever. Who cares? He's off the field. Play. Let him take as long as he wants. He's off the field. Play the game. He's not in any more danger anymore. Play.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the refs need to take more. They need to take a little more control of what's going on the field, you know?
I agree completely.
I mean, they're just letting things slide, and I don't, sometimes I feel like they're not doing enough, you know? Like, the VAR.
If you saw that England-Colombia game, I mean, how both of those teams ended the game with 11 players on the field each, I'll never know.
Well, Colombia especially.
I mean, those players. Look, if I'm a referee, I tell them before the game, if you touch me, you get a yellow card. If you touch me twice, it's a red card. You're going to be gone. Do not touch me. Period. I don't care if you pat me on the back. Good call. Don't touch me ever. I thought that little American referee was going to get his ass kicked. Because those guys were swarming him on some of those calls, and they were bumping into him, and he kept backing up and telling him to get away and get away. Dude, it's not working. The only thing you have to repel soccer players is those cards. And he should have brandished yellow cards. I mean, he should have looked... By the time that game was over, he should have been wearing a bow tie and a vest looking like a dealer from Vegas, just handing out cards like it was poker.
Some aces.
Yeah, like Boogie Cousins. Aces up my sleeve. Man, I'm telling you, if that was me, it'd have been 5-on-5 by the time that game was over.
You were once a... You were
a referee in my younger days.
Anyone ever bump you or
No.
I'm sure someone wanted to kick your ass.
Oh, yeah, I got yelled at a lot. I mean, because that's what you do.
But nobody ever, put their hands on you?
No.
If you look at baseball, basketball, football, man, you touch the umpire, you touch the referees, you're gone.
Yeah, no questions.
I mean, you should at least get a yellow card in soccer.
Because
you don't get the warning.
Yeah, in baseball, the
bill of your hat touches the umpire, you're gone.
Getting suspended. I mean, it's not just an ejection.
Right.
It's a suspension on top of that for 2 or 3 games. That England-Colombia game was a cracking game. It was cracking from the start, which I found kind of odd because I don't think of those two teams as particularly a rivalry type of team. And from what I can recall, those Colombian players, very few of them play in the Premier League. So very few of them have that interaction with them. Like there's quite a few of them in the French league. There's quite a few of them in the Italian league. There's a couple in La Liga, but I don't think any of those Colombian players play in the Premier League. So I don't know where the rub was, but it was like from the jump.
If that tells you something, it's that I think Colombia thought and felt that England was a step above them. I think they were trying to get into the heads of England. Bit. Yeah, and I think clearly England for most of the game. I mean, yeah, they gave up a goal in the end to.
That was a nice goal.
That was a nice goal, but I mean, for the most part, England was controlling the pace of the game.
Yeah.
So I think that's Colombia going in there a little scared.
Yeah, it did feel a little bit like Colombia wanted to make it a bit of a street fight and get them off their game. But as much as England controlled the game in the first half, in the second half, I thought it was a much more even-paced game. And certainly after the goal, Colombia had to push forward more, and it made for a very entertaining game. I don't understand. Again, I'm gonna go back to the VAR. Jesus Christ!
Oh no, not the VAR.
But why they didn't review the headbutt?
Yes.
He headbutted him twice. If you look at it closely, he headbutts him twice. He headbutts him once in the chest, and then he goes up to get him in the chin.
Right, and that game, you could have gone to the VAR a few times.
Well, and the really bad thing about the headbutt, I think that was the first one. There were 3 more after that in little headbutt incidents. Because now all of a sudden, we can get away with this.
That's right.
Look, soccer players are very easy to referee. Wherever you draw the line, that's what they will go to. They won't go past it, but they'll go right up to it. And if you let them get away with a headbutt, headbutts are in today. They'll go right up to that headbutt line.
And it goes back to what we said earlier. The refs need to take better control of the game. I mean, hey, you already want to control the game with the VAR and mess up the pace and all that, right? Might as well do it, protect yourself and the integrity of the
Very exciting. England went through on penalties. Now they've got to face Sweden. Sweden played a very nice 1-0 game with Switzerland. Switzerland is so tough defensively. They never lose their shape. They never, they always seem to do the right thing and move things along. That's going to be an awesome matchup. Sweden, I think, has been one of the most under-the-radar teams at this World Cup. And ever since that game with Germany, I've said if they don't have the letdown of the difficult way they lost that game 2-1 with a goal at the very end, if they don't have a letdown, they prove to me that they are Final Four quality. And I think England are also Final Four quality, and unfortunately only one of them get to go through. So it's going to be a cracking game. I can't wait to watch that one.
Yeah, at this point, all the teams, we're gonna get some good games.
That bottom half,
and these are the games that I kind of don't want decided by penalty kicks, right?
I don't want any of them decided by
round of 16, whatever. These are the games that I want to see, a goal in extra time or something like that,
So you're gonna make me mad.
I think I already did.
So you're okay with a dominant team and a team that played a dominant game like Spain being out in the round of 16 on penalty kicks, but not in the round of 8?
Absolutely, because they did not. Hey, time of possession says they dominated, but I watched the game and they made no effort to kick it in the box, and
they had 10 shots on goal to Russia's 2.
Bro, I watched the game.
So did I.
Okay, well, there was a lot of passing at the midfield going on.
Yeah, there
for
was.
like a stretch of 3 minutes, and it was boring. So no, I don't want to see that team advance because you know what? Because you know what? That's their style of play. And so guess what? I'm going to see that again in the next round, and I don't want to see that.
Okay, but if they'd have made it through on PKs, maybe they'd have done the same thing with Croatia.
Yeah, they would have, and it's boring.
But you'd have been okay with them losing on PKs.
I'd rather watch
in the round of 16, but not against Croatia.
I'd rather watch a 23-inning game of baseball. I'd rather watch paint dry on the wall. I don't want to see that crap. Not in the World Cup. I'm sorry.
Spain hater.
Hey, you know what else we forgot? Spain fired their coach a couple days before the World Cup. I wonder if that had anything to do with their level of play.
You gotta wonder. I personally kind of like the move, but I'm biased, right? I'm a Michigan fan, and it brought me all the way back to 1989, which you don't remember, obviously, but Michigan, if you go back to 1989 in the basketball tournament, right before the tournament started, Bill Frieder accepted the job at Arizona State. And Bo Schembechler, who was the athletic director at the time, immediately fired him. And they asked him about it. He said, I want a Michigan man coaching the Michigan basketball team. And, of course, he promoted Steve Fisher. Steve Fisher went on a 6-0 run. They won the national championship. And so, the situation with Spain very much brought that to my attention. It very much brought that. It made me feel exactly the same way. because it was all of a sudden they got rid of a guy who, by all accounts, was very good coach and director. They got rid of him. They promoted the young guy, and they said, we're gonna ride with you. So, unfortunately,
we're gonna let you coach this slow pace.
That's the way they play that position.
Yeah, that's how they play.
They try to break you down. They try to break your spirit by not letting you touch the ball, which is whatever.
So
the other quarterfinal is going to be that Russian team that advanced against Croatia, and Croatia has played well, but they also had to go to penalty kicks.
Yeah.
Which I think going to penalty kicks. It's very rare that you see a team go to penalty kicks and then perform really well the next game. And I think part of the reason is not just the extra 30 minutes of soccer, but just the emotional drain of a flip of the coin to advance.
Yeah.
And that's why you see these wild celebrations whenever they win on PKs. I mean, they celebrate like they won the World Cup. And sometimes I think that emotional drain makes it hard to perform the next game. So I honestly don't know what to expect from this Russia-Croatia.
Well, I mean, they both went to penalty kicks,
right.
So
it's even in that regard.
It's even in that regard. Croatia has surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. They've surprised me quite a bit. Russia, I think they're kind of riding that home wave.
Home cooking.
Yeah,
home vodka.
Ooh, vodka.
Vodka and caviar.
That sounds good. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win this game. This is I think they're not great teams, but they're kind of evenly matched. It seems like. I think I give the edge to Croatia a little bit. I think
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Russia's gonna win this game.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why. One, they're playing with house money, right? They have no pressure. They were the lowest ranked team at this World Cup. They're playing at home. They seem to be having just a good time. Even during the PKs against Spain, they didn't look terribly worried. They were like, whatever, this is great. We're on TV. Hi, Mom. I mean, that's really what it looked like. They looked just thrilled to be there. Croatia started off really well against Nigeria, really well against Argentina. Did not play the best game against Iceland. And then didn't really play all that great against Denmark. And so that downward movement concerns me about them. And again, we've talked about this before. A game every 4 days, every 4 or 5 days. This will be the fifth one. This will be the fifth game. And I think it's starting to wear on them. They don't have that deep of a bench that they could bring on a bunch of other players and not have a significant drop in performance. And I think it's starting to catch up to them. And I feel like, man, I just feel like this might be the trap game for them. And Russia, I think, are just having fun. And
this might be one of those 0-0 games all the way through. I think we're going to see both teams kind of sit back and, being tired mentally and physically. I think they're just going to sit back, and I think we'll see more PKs. Your favorite, brother.
If it goes to PKs, man, I think Russia wins. That keeper was awesome in the PKs.
He was.
I mean, he seemed to be like De Gea, the Spanish keeper, is a world class keeper, and he seemed when I watched the PKs, I was like, God, he looks a lot faster than De Gea.
Yeah. And
the Russian keeper just looked. I don't know if it was just the moment or what, but he looked like he was just chomping at the bit to go. That side is not nearly, to me at least, not nearly as entertaining as the other side. Wow. Uruguay, France is going to be, that's another cracking game. I mean, that's going to be so much fun to watch. France has proven that defensively they are less than optimal.
Yes.
Let's just say it that way. And when you have Suarez and Cavani up front, that's a problem. That's a real problem.
That's going to be a problem because those two have been playing lights out soccer.
That's right. Now, to be fair, Suarez hasn't bitten anyone yet, so there's always that.
There's always a chance for that.
Right, so that's got to put the France defense on edge.
I don't think you can have a World Cup without Suarez.
Without a good bite.
Yeah, got to take a bite out of it.
Got to take a bite out of it. He might save it for one more round.
Maybe if they get to the final.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
If they're winning like 5-0.
No, I think he's over the biting stuff. I
hope so.
He got a massive suspension for the last bite, so I think
he's learned his lesson.
Yeah, he probably wears a special mouthpiece that doesn't let him open his mouth very much.
A muzzle.
Yeah. But, and France on the other side, offensively, with Griezmann and Mbappe, that's a lot of speed, But the Uruguay defense is very good. They're anchored by Godin, who, has been a stalwart of that defense for several years now. A very, top defensive player in La Liga. He's faced the best of the best week in, week out. He can handle it. Let's hope his teammates can step up to the task as well.
This is going to be a tough game on both ends. I don't know who's going to win. I think they're evenly matched.
Yeah, very even. I agree. I agree with you. I think it's going to be.
I mean, that's not going out on a limb, but
I don't. Gun to my head. I don't know who I would.
I guess you just flip a coin.
PKs it is.
No, see, this game I don't want to see decided by penalty kicks, right?
No,
this game here you want to see going down to the wire.
I'm gonna make a pick. I'm gonna say France is gonna pull this out.
You gonna say France?
As much as I hate to say that, because there's something about Suarez that I really like. I don't know what it is, but everyone talks about. The biting and the handball against Ghana at the World Cup and him celebrating in the tunnel when they missed the PK and all that stuff. They think he's a kind of a jerk and a mean guy. But I view him a little differently. I view him as just an extremely passionate guy about his national team.
Yeah.
By all accounts, he is beyond loved by his teammates. Not just with Uruguay, but also at Barcelona. And there's something about him that I like, and I really want him to win. But
you just have an itch about France.
Yeah, and it's not just France. It's the fact that really the Americas have not done well at this World Cup, right? CONCACAF and CONMEBOL have not done well. You got Argentina, Colombia out, Panama, Mexico, Costa Rica out, Peru out in the group stage. I mean, all we have left is Uruguay and Brazil, and I just don't feel like for some reason that this side of the world has done very well at this World Cup.
No, they haven't, and that's kind of that's a rare. Usually you see a handful of South American teams, Central American teams advance deep into the World Cup.
Yeah, the European sides have really dominated this World Cup.
Yeah. One team you didn't mention. I don't know who's gonna win that game, but I know the one team you didn't mention from South America, Brazil. I think this is gonna be the winner of this game, Brazil and Belgium. I think this is gonna be the World Cup champion. Whoever wins this game is gonna advance, and they're gonna win.
Yeah. Well, look, you wouldn't be. Let's just say this: whoever wins that game will probably be the favorite out of the four remaining teams. So you're not making some wild prediction there. That seems like a pretty reasonable. That's a pretty reasonable comment on your part. I agree with you. I think. Well, I don't agree with you that they're going to win it all, but I do agree with you that they're going to have a very good chance. Obviously, the concern is always what does it take out of you, but these two teams are stacked. I mean, Brazil could probably field another half team of quality World Cup, right? Like, you could probably take 4 or 5 of their guys off their bench to make them starters and be part of a quality team. Right. And Belgium's not far behind.
Yeah, Belgium, man, they're big and they're fast.
Yes.
So that's a good.
Yes. But and I hate to say this, but Neymar almost makes me want to root for Belgium. Look, he's a phenomenal talent. He's got to stop with the rolling around. He's got to stop with the rolling around. He's got to stop with the crying on every single touch. There was one in the Mexico game where he got pushed and his head snapped back that I thought he was going to break his neck. I mean, it's just stop it.
They've gotten worse as the cup has moved on. Like in the group
has
stage,
gotten worse.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The flipping,
Yeah,
the rolling.
He has gotten considerably worse.
Like in the group stage, I mean, he was in the first game against whoever they played. I don't even remember anymore. Was it Denmark?
Switzerland.
They were hitting him.
Oh yeah.
But after that, I think he felt like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Let me try to get the ball, the calls.
And I hate to say it, but it's even more noticeable because we have so many hard-nosed European teams in the Final Eight. So Russia, those Russian guys are not the kind of guys that are going to roll around on the ground. Sweden, not the kind of guys that are going to roll around on the ground. Belgium, not the kind of guys that are going to roll around looking for a card. They're just not that way. England, not going to roll around looking for a card. So it becomes even more noticeable when Neymar does it because there's so few other guys doing it right now. But it's just the theatrics are ridiculous. I mean, just ridiculous.
Yeah. I got Brazil winning the whole thing, so I don't mind.
So you got to pick Brazil over
So
Belgium.
I don't mind his flopping, his flipping, rolling, whatever you want to call it, to continue. But
for the sake of the game, he needs to stop.
Yeah, he does. Well, shit.
So you're picking.
Well, again, the refs, right?
Yeah.
Take the card out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can card for flopping.
Yep.
It's called flopping.
Yep.
Card him.
Yeah, and they've been very inconsistent with that. Very, very inconsistent. I don't know if you remember this, but in the group stage in the Colombia-Senegal game, right, there was a penalty call. They went to the VAR. They reversed it, but they didn't caution the guy. And it's like, look, if it's a cautionable offense for a guy to flop in the box such that he made you make the wrong call, when you reverse the call, doesn't it by definition then become a cautionable offense and you card the guy?
Yeah.
But they're so hesitant to do it. And there was one yesterday, one of those big arguments. In fact, I think this is why Falcao got a card in the Colombia-England game, was one of the English players went down in the box. The referee didn't call it, and Falcao lost his mind, ran up to the referee about, why don't you caution him? And he didn't, but... So they're not doing it as much. The referees are not on the hunt for the dives like they were previously, which I think is the only. Look, soccer players are very easy to referee. They will go up to the line.
Right.
Wherever you draw that line, that's where they're going to go to. It's just that simple. It's not like any other sport. They will go, because it is so subjective, they will go to whatever subjective line you draw. You want that out of the game? Start cautioning it and see how it stops.
Gotta treat them like kids.
Pretty much. And Neymar's just... It's Neymar has gotten so bad that here we are, we've spent 5 minutes talking about Brazil-Belgium, and most of it has been about not Neymar's excellent play on the field.
Right.
It's been about his theatrics. And it's a shame because he's a hell of a player. He's a great
against
player.
Mexico, he played well. Had a goal, assist.
He's played well throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
Throughout the tournament.
But so you think if all rolling and flipping and flopping aside, if Brazil wins this whole thing, and Neymar will probably be the MVP, so to speak, or
whatever they call
it. Does this put him up there with Messi and Ronaldo
for the player of the year?
Well, as far as because we've talked about it before, right? We said you have Messi and Ronaldo, and they're up here, and everybody else
is a long way down to number 3.
Yeah,
I think he shortens the gap, but I still don't think he's in the conversation. No. Part of the problem is he had a foot injury that had him out for quite a bit this year. So it's hard to put him in that conversation when he hasn't played as much as they have. And I hate to say it, but now that he plays in France and he's not taking his team to the Champions League final,
right?
those big games and stuff, they count very heavily for Ronaldo and Messi when they make it. So I take it you're going to go Brazil?
I'm going to go Brazil, yes.
So you've got Croatia and England.
Croatia and England.
And then no one against Brazil because you didn't pick anyone in the Uruguay-France game.
Yeah. So, right, because Brazil's going to just
they're going to win anyway,
so
right?
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter who's in that team. Although it would matter because then that team would play in the third place game.
And plus, guess what?
Which everyone watches the third place game.
If I don't make the pick, I don't lose.
That's a good point.
I'm thinking, fellas. That's my ace of spades right there. Ace in the hole.
You had an ace up your sleeve this whole podcast.
Listen, I took a page out of
I'm playing checkers. You're playing chess.
I took a page out of Boogie's playbook, and I got my ace of spades, bro.
I am going to pick Belgium. I think Belgium's going to pull it off.
Do you?
Yeah, some way, somehow. The resiliency they showed against Japan was something special. That game was cracking. By the way, I apologize to all of our Japanese fans because I've been very critical of smaller teams not coming out to play like Russia, like Iran, whatever. Japan went up against the number 3 ranked team in the world, or 2, or whatever Belgium is. Belgium's up there, top 5.
Yeah.
In a knockout stage game, and Japan went out and said, okay, you got 11 guys, we got 11 guys, there's a ball here, we're going to play this game, we're going to try to win. They went out and they played the game. My hat's off to them. I loved it. Absolutely loved it that they went out and played the game. They went up 2-0, and then I think they should. I think at that point, they should have crept back and defended a little bit better.
Seriously,
but they almost made it 3-0.
Seriously, because when any team that goes up 2-0, or 9 out of 10 teams that go up 2-0, they're sending everybody back there.
28 minutes left in the game,
and they were going to grab the third goal.
So hats off to them.
And actually, they kind of needed to.
Yeah,
because Belgium. That's the equivalent of like a 3-run rally in the 9th inning, huh?
Oh yeah, 3 goals in 28 minutes.
Yeah,
and that last goal was something else. I mean, that was as good a fast break as you'll see in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, that was awesome. That game in and of itself was awesome. And again, it's because Japan went out to play the game. They had a tactical plan to attack a certain way, and they went out and they pushed it. And they said, look, you guys are good, but we're good too. We're at the World Cup. We're at the round of 16, damn it.
Yeah.
And they went out and they played the game. I loved it. But for the fact that I don't think they could win the whole thing, I almost wish Japan had won that game. Yeah. Because that's the kind of soccer I want to see. You're at the World Cup. You're at the round of 16. Go play it. Don't sit back and hope for the coin flip that is the penalty kicks. Screw that. And quite frankly, that's kind of why I'm not rooting for Russia. Because I think that's what they did with Spain. And I hate it. I understand why they do it, but I hate it. Those are the rules, and I don't 100% blame Russia because they're playing within the framework of the rules that we have. I blame FIFA. The rules suck.
Yeah.
Change it. And get rid of the VAR. Did I say the VAR? Did I mention the VAR?
No, you haven't. I don't think you've mentioned it in the past 2-3 weeks.
We need to get rid of the VAR. If you want to use the VAR, use it on every fucking play. Sorry, Mom. Use it on every single corner kick. Let's get 13 penalty calls in one game. Let's do it. Let's go all out.
Might as well.
Otherwise, get rid of the VAR.
You know what? That'll make soccer a little more high scoring. Maybe more people watch.
11-9.
That would suck.
In a way, yes. In a way, no. In a way, it would be good because the game is never really over. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even need a goal.
Right.
You just need a corner kick.
Yeah.
Because something's going to happen in that corner kick. They're going to go to the VAR. There's going to be a penalty kick. And you can tie it up. Get rid of the VAR.
Out.
I am anti-VAR.
Anti-VAR.
I am the human.
Anything that ends in VAR is trouble.
LeVar.
That's it. Those are the only two.
Yeah. Those are the big ones. I'll tell you what I'm not anti.
What's that?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
I love me some hot dogs.
Ballpark or Nathan?
Oh, Nathan's.
Gotta be.
Love me some Nathan's. And I'm not just saying that because it's July 4th and today
No.
is Nathan's hot dog eating championship. I love it. I wish we had a hot dog right now.
Or 20 or 30 of them.
No, I can't do that. How many do you think you can eat in 10 minutes?
In 10 minutes, I can probably eat 10.
You think so?
I think so. Although I'll tell you, my limit is 2. Like, you know, if we're having like a barbecue, get together, I'm just not they just fall inside of me like some bricks. So I would really have trouble with 10, but if it was like competition, like if we were competing right now,
Yeah.
I think I could do 10. 1 a minute? I could do 1 a minute.
You want to have a contest?
What, live?
Yeah, I
Live?
will.
Recorded?
Next year, let's do it. Next
Dude,
year.
there's some training that goes into this though.
Well, no, I'm not going to train, but I'm willing to do a lot. I'm willing to do the contest. I'm willing to do a contest.
Yeah.
I think I can do more than 10. in 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I think 10 is... yeah.
Even in a competitive situation, like 10.
Now, hold on.
Like
Bun
10
or no bun?
Oh no, well, they do it with the bun.
No, I'm not doing it with the bun.
But then it's not a hot dog. Then it's just a wiener.
Well, yeah, I'm eating the hot dog, not a hot dog and bun contest.
No. The thing that makes it a hot dog is the bun and the wiener. Otherwise, it's just a wiener.
Well, then I guess I eat 10 wieners.
Seriously, you don't think that in the heat of competition you could do more than 10?
I don't know, man. Hot dog is the type of food that...
Crap.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like... I don't know.
Oh, here's my.
I get full off of 2, like I said.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my next question. Do you dunk the hot dog in water so that the bread gets mushy and goes down?
Dude, I'm not doing bread. There's no way. I can't do bread.
No, but you have to do it with.
Okay, then I'll eat 5.
Okay.
See, that cuts it down immensely. Because number 1, it's disgusting.
The bread?
Dipped in water.
Oh, dipped in water. Yeah.
Can I dip it in
Butter.
beer? Or Kool-Aid? No. Dude, bread dipped in any type of liquid and then you have to shove it down your throat on top of the dog.
I agree with you. It's
No,
disgusting.
it's disgusting. I think
If we have this,
that would make me barf.
if we do this contest, I would go without water. I would drink water between hot dogs to wash them down, but there's no way.
Dude, you're gonna have cotton mouth.
That's why you drink water between the hot dogs.
So you wouldn't dip, you would just drink water.
Yeah, I wouldn't dip. I couldn't do that. To have mushy bread in my mouth is just the sound of it.
I
Just the
couldn't do
sound
it.
of it
I couldn't do it.
gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I couldn't do it, bro.
Dip it in water? No, yeah, I couldn't do that. Okay, so back to my original question. How many hot dogs do you think you can eat in 10 minutes? Again, thinking about being in a competitive situation.
Yeah, nah. I mean, dude, unless I'm getting paid for it.
It's for pride, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, no more than 10. I couldn't do no more than 10.
I think I could do more than 10.
See, you gotta lowball yourself. That way, you do more. So I'll just say 1.
Can we put mustard and ketchup on them?
Oh, dude, you're asking for beating in my stomach right here.
Well, no, I'm not saying you have to do that, but I think I'd want.
I think I could do
mustard on
10. Seriously, I mean, 10 minutes, 1 hot dog. I mean, we're talking bread too. Fuck, dude, 10. How many do you think you can do?
I think I could do more than 10.
Well,
but not
yeah,
much
I could
more
do.
than-
I could say more and say 50, 11, 10 and a half. I mean, you could put down some food.
Yeah, I can.
That's tough because I don't know.
I think I could do 15.
15? No. I'm firm with 10. Are you firm with 15? Because we'll go back a year from now and look at episode 25. 15? Final answer?
25. Episode 25, I can do 25.
You do 25?
Hell no.
Damn, almost got him to commit.
So, who do you think's going to win?
Me? I'm going to beat you.
No. The real hot dog eating contest. The one where the winner's going to eat like 70.
Well, isn't it always Joey Chestnut? I mean, that's the only guy I know.
it's always him and Matt Stoney. And I don't know about you. I don't know if you know this, but I've actually met Joey Chestnut.
Have you?
And Matt. I've met both of them.
Okay.
Matt Stoney. Matt Stoney is 5'9", $145. I mean, he's like a normal, not a big guy. He looks like a little kid, really. I mean, he's an adult, but I mean, he's just real young in the face. Mm-hmm. And Joey Chestnut is like a solid 6'1", 6'2".
A big dude.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and he's a good 200, 210. I mean, he's a thick guy. I mean, he's not fat. He's thick. Like, he's got big arms. I mean, he's a pretty big dude. It doesn't look like it on TV, but he's a pretty big guy. It's amazing to me that both of those guys are so evenly matched. Now, in the world of competitive eating, they are very evenly matched. They basically split all of the championships, right?
Okay.
The oysters and cheesecake and all, whatever it is, right? They've all got their things, I guess, that they're good at. But the hot dog one, yeah, Joey Chestnut usually wins. Stoney gives him a run for his money. The real thing here is the record, which I think is 72, I believe.
I think so.
You think he breaks the record? I think that's the bigger storyline than who's gonna win.
I hope so. I hope he shatters it. 89.
116 hot dogs.
Dude.
Test that man for steroids.
Seriously.
I wonder what kind of steroids you'd use to be a better eater.
I don't know, bro. Like, don't eat for like a week.
I don't know. I love the hot dog eating contest. I will be squared up in front of my TV watching it. And they've got a women's competition too. The ladies.
See, I didn't know the women competed. I thought it was
for years they competed with the men.
Oh,
there would be like on stage they've got 15 competitive eaters and 1 or 2 would be women. But now they've got strictly a women's. So the women are at like 11 and the guys are at noon. Oh, and wow. So the women, it's Mickey Sudo, I think is her name, and she obliterates the field. Like she eats 45 hot dogs or some shit, and second place is like 13.
Damn.
I mean, she just.
Oh, so I could potentially get second place then in this competition.
You're not a woman.
Doesn't matter.
See, you feel like a woman.
Yeah, I feel like a woman today.
Second place. Here you go. So anyway, but yeah, I love it. I will be squared up in front of my TV like it's the 7th game of the World Series. Yeah, I absolutely love it.
I love watching it too. It's just it takes place in Coney Island.
Yeah, close to home.
It's Nathan Hot Dog, and it's just an awesome tradition to have on the 4th of July.
Is there anything more American than eating more goddamn food, more shit food than you could possibly want?
What other food can you would you be able to like compete in eating for?
I don't know. I've gone on
like cheesecakes.
I've gone on the competitive eating website and looked at the records, and there are some records that I look at and I go, that doesn't seem that bad. And then there's some where I'm like, that's disgusting.
We should really look. Well, you should really look up the veal cutlet. What's the record for that? Because you could put down.
I could put that.
That's what I'm saying.
And quite frankly, I could do wings too. I eat a fucking shit ton of wings, bro.
Yeah.
Remember?
You should look that up.
Remember when we went to BW3 and I did the blazing challenge?
I've never seen my brother sweat so much in his life. Okay, and I've seen him sweat. I mean, he sweats just after screwing in a screw into the wall. He sweated as if he just ran a 3.5 hour marathon. And I mean that was pretty awesome, dude, because I felt like I was like excited for you. And if you don't know, the competition is 12 wings in 6 minutes of the most hottest wings BW3 has, which I think are the Atomic.
I don't know.
They are like atomic fire kaboom hot.
Coated in glass.
And so my brother's sitting there, and I'm watching the timer, and I put the timer on my phone, and he's chopping away, and I mean, Ed is probably the cleanest when it comes to wings. Okay, I mean, he must love his lips because they don't touch the wings at all. I mean, and if you're watching this video, look, hey, this is how he eats them. look. You know, it's kind of like he's smelling shit, and it's like, look. That's what he does, okay? His lips are so perfect, okay, that I don't understand it, bro. But he completed. Dude, you completed it, and I was like, dude, this is how much time you have left. And I swear, he looked at it. It's like if it was slow motion, he glanced at it, and he went after that last wing, and. He just thought. You ever seen the cartoons when they're like eating the corn and like from like left to right? But guess what? His lips never touched the wing. All right.
The only thing I remember from that was I remember those fucking things being so hot that after 2 or 3 of them, I couldn't tell if it was sweat or tears, but I couldn't see anything. Everything was just everything
a blur.
Looked like, everything looked like I was just standing behind a waterfall, and. It literally felt like glass. I mean, it felt like I was eating glass. And all I remember was at one point I looked over at you, and it's probably about halfway through, and you had a look like, oh my God, I'm going to have to take my brother to the hospital.
My brother's going to die.
And then, like, as we were getting towards the end, all of a sudden you said, come on, bro, you can do it. And it's like all of a sudden he's like, cool, he's not going to die, and I think he can do the challenge.
It was so easy for me to say, right? I mean, I'm not the one that's going to have the burning asshole tomorrow, right? Shitting out fire.
Thank God there's water in the toilet, bro. Set the house on fire.
Now, that would have been a good time to have one of those toilets that they have out like in Europe.
Oh, a bidet.
A bidet. Oh, that would have been a good day to have one, though.
That would have been refreshing.
That was a good night. That was a good time. He completed it. He got his name. You got a shirt, and you got right. You got
all
a shirt?
that for a t-shirt.
All that for a t-shirt, and they had your picture up on the wall for like a whole day, and then they took it down.
Yeah, well, someone else completed it.
So we are competitive eaters, also.
That's right.
Except he was a dumbass to do it with spicy food.
Oh God, that's a great.
That was a good time.
I kind of want to do it again.
You're a dumbass.
Now, just to see if I still got it.
But you know what? I think I would do it. I would do it now.
You know, what I do remember, they don't let you drink anything.
No.
They don't let you drink or wipe off your face. Or,
Well,
like wipe off or anything.
Well, you wouldn't have to wipe off shit
Well,
because...
I wiped it off my teeth.
Well, yeah, I guess so. You would need like a rope of a toothpick.
They make you sign a waiver. That's when you know it's some shit.
Dude, see? That's why I didn't do it.
A waiver? Never mind.
Goodbye.
I'm out.
I wonder if they need to for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. You think they have to sign one?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
They probably don't. I mean, they do other.
I'm sure you got to sign a waiver for all that shit, dude. You know how it is nowadays. People suing people.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody needs a waiver for anything. That's just the way it works, man.
That's their ace in that's their ace in the hole.
That's their boogie cousins. Jeez. God, that's funny.
You know, I remember when I was younger, growing up, living in Brooklyn. My parents didn't know a lick of English, and they kind of still don't. Sorry, Mom and Dad. But, obviously, so I was like 10, I don't know, somewhere between 8 and 11 years old. And I remember, July 4th, right? You want to pop the fireworks. And, I would drag my dad to the firework place, the firework warehouse, And may I remind you, we lived in a Italian neighborhood, in early 90s, right? And so, kind of shady, Yeah. And so I dragged my dad into this, to the spot, and this guy had a trunk full of fireworks, and we looked through them, and we kind of didn't really see anything that we liked. And then he said, "Oh, come with me." So we went up the stoop, 3 steps. He took us inside of his house. And the first thing we saw was a hallway, which is no wider than me, filled of fireworks. And I'm pretty sure these were hot, if you know what I mean. Okay? But
drop a match in there.
Yeah. No, these were hot. Like, they probably got them from somewhere.
Right.
And so, I got my dad with me, and it's like, okay, let's hurry up and pick what I want and get the hell out of there. And I don't think I ever again took him there. I don't think I ever again took him there, but I remember that, and my dad, he just went along with it and bought me the fireworks, and I just remember.
That's great. I
know. My dad could have been in jail because of me.
Buying illegal fireworks.
But man, yeah, that was a good time, man. Just being back when New York, I guess the fireworks were legal. Now it's like you can't pop a firework, but I mean, man, those were good times.
I remember when I was a kid, we popped fireworks. I mean, for a couple of weeks before July 4th.
Yeah.
Because you'd get your hands on them somehow.
Yeah.
And you couldn't wait, so you start popping them beforehand.
Yeah.
Not a lot, just a little stuff. Firecrackers here and there.
Yeah, you start off small, and then for the 4th of July.
And then you get the big show.
The big show, where you hope you don't.
We're not going to get much of a show here today. It's raining.
It's pouring.
Looking pretty nasty.
I can hear it.
Yeah, that's not good. Oh man. Well, hey, this has been an awesome and fun bonus episode. Episode 25. We didn't do it. 25. What number? What comes to mind when you think 25?
This is not. I don't think this is one that most will think about. But it's the first one that comes to my mind. Mark McGwire. I don't know. He's the only one that comes to mind.
I hate to say it, but I kind of went the same way.
Did you really?
Barry Bonds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we're trying to make 25 great again. Screw all those steroid users that no one likes. We're trying to make 25 great again. Right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You got a shout out?
I do have a shout out, actually. I got a shout out to everyone who is celebrating the 4th of July today. Make sure you do it in a safe manner. Make sure you have fun. Make sure you think about all the good things. Make sure you just enjoy it. I have another one, actually. My second shout out is to Vince Velasquez, a pitcher of the Philadelphia Phillies. He took a line drive. He's a right-handed pitcher. He took a line drive off his right arm. He fell to the ground. The batter's bowling to first base. Velasquez picks up the ball with his left arm, and I'm talking about he fires the baseball to first base and gets the runner out.
Nice.
That was an amazing play. I think that's going to get a ESPY or a Top Play Award of the Year at some point.
I have not seen that.
You have not?
No. I'll have to look that up.
You got to check it out. Vincent Velasquez of the Phillies. Great play. I hope he's not too injured. Maybe he can still pitch with his left hand.
Just pitch left-handed,
That's
apparently.
it. Voila.
Screw it. My shout-out is very simple. America. I love this country. I love that we take this day to celebrate it. I wish that we were all much more together and unified and that we all loved each other. Because at the end of the day, black, white, red, yellow, green, whatever color you are, men, women, whatever sex you are, heterosexual, lesbian, gay, whatever your sexual orientation, Catholic, Jewish, whatever your religion, whatever, I don't care. At the end of the day, we're all Americans and we all make this country great. Just like you can't make a great meal without all the ingredients, you can't make this great country without all of us and all of the ingredients that make this country great. My hat's off to all of our military for giving us the freedom to do this, the freedom to celebrate today, the freedom to celebrate this country. I love this country, and I hope you all have a very, very happy 4th of July. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as much as we have. We've loved talking sports, hot dogs, fireworks, dead, almost in the clink, eating blazing hot wings, all kinds of crazy stuff we've talked about. It's been a lot of fun. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can do so at positivesports10@gmail.com. Our email address, positivesports10@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of this guy.
As always, don't be a leader, be a follower on Twitter at Brooklyn Gaucho.
And if you want to get a hold of me, you can do so on Twitter as well at eMontana21. Enjoy the 4th of July with your family and friends. Have a good barbecue. Watch some fun fireworks. Don't forget the hot dog eating contest. Have a great 4th of July. And as always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.